As with anything, I ask that you subscribe to this channel. And if you would like to know about all future videos that come out, please tap the bell. Please make note that you may not like everything in today's letter. There are many letters that are going to be published. And also I ask that you please would text or call 872-529-2009. If you text a question, if you give me a brief like or dislike about what's going on, that's fine. This is only to encourage better citizenship amongst our Black American employees, to be better at being African American. People who would say, what does that mean? There are African Americans out there that work at CTA who speak to you when you're riding trains. They help you and they do all manner of good for you according to the CTA rules, regulations, and policies. And there's the Black American. These are the ones that sit down and eat all day in the booth. They never walk the platforms. They never make reports to management or anyone else to fix things or make things better along the train system. All they do is say, leave me alone, screw you, pay me. Here's the first letter as follows. If you cannot see it on the screen, that's understandable. I will try my best to make sure it is published in the near future. Why are so many CTA frontline employees doing absolutely nothing but collecting a paycheck? Did you know every dollar you give to CTA for a ride pays for its employees? For 20 years till present day, I personally have been reporting the widespread abuse of the CTA employees and CTA management, and to this day, not a lot has been done. In the past 12 years, I then continued to see mostly Black American employees who work for CTA on the south and west sides of Chicago use the race card when being told they are not following the instructions being trained and paid to follow, while being paid in the attempt to avoid being fired, even though all the tax-paying money has been spent on security cameras, police, and CTA's own security team to prove such abuses. Nothing to this date has been done to correct the corruption of CTA employees getting paid to do absolutely nothing. In recent years, CTA has raised fares from $5.75 to a whopping day pass to $10 a day for a day pass to pay its employees, and yet the problems have gotten worse. Customers, including hard-working CTA employees, which also include disabled and senior citizens on the south and west side, not only continue to complain about no oversight, but also how the CTA employees intimidate, harass, and threaten customers. I started D.M.H.Public Transportation Watch. I got together with friends, family, and CTA respectable hard-working employees who have worked hard and yet have been harassed, threatened, and intimidated over and over again. In the last few years, my volunteer students, our volunteers, our ex-offenders, and our DDD programs and I have been directly intimidated, harassed, and threatened. Yet still, no matter if the complaint is registered as a secret or in the name of my agency or myself to testify against the wrongdoer, still no one has yet acted on demonstrating CTA has policies in place and will not tolerate a CTA employee doing such acts against customers with regards to intimidation, threats, harassment against its customers. We are doing YouTube videos with volunteers. We were doing videos with volunteers years ago. Yet soon thereafter, publishing, volunteers were feeling scared of traveling on CTA trains due to the outright Facebook threats, which we have on file, intimidation and harassments, which we have on file, from CTA employees. Some of these CTA employees actually on their Facebook page are dumb enough to intimidate, threaten, and harass customers through their Facebook page while they're in their full uniforms, just happy to get paid from CTA, but yet aren't doing a damn thing at the job. Now, I am the one who has no problem standing strong against the evil they do to tell us all as taxpayers and patrons. strong against the evil they do to us all as taxpayers and patrons. Ridership is factually down, with all the free rides CTA allows its employees to give away or seem to allow, because the frontline CTA customer service assistants are deliberately telling us that the policy as distributed is false. In addition to threatening, intimidating, and harassing in public view, they have gone to Facebook to plead that managers like Mr. Burnside of the CTA Customer Service Assistant Team Management allow them to talk and text on their cell phones, watch Hulu and Netflix, keep gates open to allow free rides, and even not stand their post as described in CTA policy. We have been monitoring the CTA's front line, and they indeed have no respect for anyone who point out they are doing wrong. If they find out who has reported them for doing wrong, they will intimidate or even outright lie and use names of CTA supervisors and high-ranking members of the CTA administration to tell the customer they can do nothing and still get paid. Since the beginning of last year, in 2019, several managers have claimed they would take care of the many complaints my agency and I have filed, and yet still nothing has been done. Unknown to one of the CTA employees who has threatened us on our D.M.H.Public transportation Facebook pages, he specifically defended the actions of the CTA employees for leaving gates open for free rides, and actually dropped the name of the CTA Red Line Customer Service Assistant Manager Burnside as saying it's okay to do this. So if he's telling me and my team this, just think of all the other people that they're lying to and saying it's okay for us to be on our cell phone. And I think that's one of the major reasons why a lot of complaints are not being filed, even though, believe it or not, a lot of people are calling on 1-800-CTA and they are complaining. Little did they know, I had and have been communicating with management and currently Mr. Burnside, as well as other current CTA administrative staff who continue to tell me they are not paying employees to talk on their cell phones, yet it is so widespread that I've started personally videotaping CTA employees doing wrong. Yet some called, and listen to the initials here, customer representatives, service employees, CRS, sorry, I may have gotten that wrong, are being paid, and this is factual, because you can look online and see the pay, but there are some CRS employees who are being paid $38 an hour to sleep on the job. That's your money. You know, you're talking about how poor you are and broke you are and how they're raising fares, and this is what they're using the fare money for, to pay people to come to work and go to sleep on the job so they can go party with your money. So since management like Manager Burnside and several other working managers at CTA can't stop this behavior, or believe me, the customer, D.M.H. Public Transportation Watch, aka D.M.H.PTW, will now ask you to tell us how it is CTA spends millions of dollars on cameras and has its own CTA security teams costing taxpayers and riders money, but all these CTA employees are getting paid to do nothing. So I asked you to go ahead and contact me at 872-529-2009 after listening to my letter. I know that I'm not very good at this. This is not that. But the responsibility of Federation for Law and Government as a community and social service agency is to look out for the disabled, the homeless, and the ex-offender. We all know for a fact in the city of Chicago that we have many Black American ex-offenders. We have many Black Americans that are homeless. We also, at this time, during the coronavirus that pandemic that's going on, have a lot of African Americans who have lost their job, been laid off. And we need our frontline customer service assistants. We need CTA employees to understand that you are Black. And the little kids on 95th, 87th, 79th, 69th, 63rd, 55th, 47th, 35th, and 22nd and Cermak on the red line are watching you disrespect the employee, and they say, oh, it must be okay. front line you are. You're the one that they look for to get off at the right stop. They're the one that they're looking for to help them put their money in the machine. They're the one looking for maybe some support, because as you will see in future videos, I have been on the scene of a woman who wanted to kill herself. You have to understand the importance of your job and stop taking racism and stop taking the game of you can come to work and the so-called white man owes you and all this other bull crap, because we need our brothers and sisters to grow up with an understanding that you, who are currently employed at CTA as a customer service assistant, are being looked upon. You can't ask a 12, 15, 18-year-old man, boy, whatever you want to call him, you can't ask a 12, 15, 18-year-old woman to respectfully get on CTA train and not light up a blunt. You can't respectfully say, don't disrespect me, don't attack me, don't intimidate me, when you're doing the same thing and getting paid. How is it that you won't even acknowledge a customer? CTA trains you to simply wave or say, hello, how may I help you? Make interaction with the customer. Let the customer know, because you don't know. The customer's having a bad day. You know what? Give them a little smile. Give them. These are the things that our Black American employees at CTA are not doing. And it's causing depression. It's causing deception to the belief that these children who are growing up, who look like you, are looking for that job at CTA thinking it's going to be all hunky-dory. But when the time comes for everyone to look around as senior management and say, we need to cut costs, we need to cut this, we need to cut that, don't lie to your fellow Black Americans and African Americans and say, oh, the white man cut me because they don't like black folk and all the white, we love that race car crap. But when you see these videos of how some of these CSAs, customer service assistants, come to work, and they're told, when you come to work, walk your platform, make your reports. Some of these guys come to work and they're stuck in that booth. They don't come out, they don't walk the platform. So therefore, engineers, electricians, all the functioning tools that are used to keep CTA functioning break down. If that CSA is not gonna, if that customer service assistant is not gonna follow the rules and walk the platform at least once when they start their shift and write down, okay, that sandbox lock is off, that gap filler is out. If they can't do something as simple as that, and I'm watching you as a 15-year-old kid, 20-year-old kid, oh, this gap filler's always out, she's always on her cell phone. They're looking at this. They're saying, that's not a white man. That's not a green man. That's not a purple man. That's somebody who looks like them. So they're growing up with the behavior of not being an employee for an employer. So you're tricking our future children. So you keep on blaming this race car, but it's you tricking our children to grow up and be nothing but bull crappers. Because you finally got the job, you were trained on the job, and yet you do nothing on the job. And so therefore, I am coming after you for that reason. I want our youth to stop intimidating, harassing, and threatening the good CTA personnel. But they're like you, they like to blame. Oh, the woman last week, she let me ride free every day, and then this MF wants to come and follow the rules. F that bitch. I mean, we talking 15, 16, 17, 18. We talking young African American and Black Americans that are intimidated and threatening and harassing the good CTA employees that work, because the bad CTA employees are doing nothing but on their cell phone. I don't care what you do. Jump the turnstile, or I left the gate open, get a free ride, and these kids get accustomed to that, and they think it's okay and it's a good behavior. And then once somebody who follows the rules comes along, now they want to hurt them and attack them. I had one person threaten to rape a CSA because she said, and mind you, she was a Muslim. She said, I'm just doing my job, sir. Pay your fare. You need help, I can help you. Now, whether or not it was spoken out that same way, her report still is that because she was doing her job, that Black American who's so used to riding free and doing wrong deliberately went after her because she was doing right. That's what our society is being turned into when our black Americans who work for CTA continue to play this game. So can't blame everyone else. And these kids growing up, they know it. Today's kids, the reason why they don't beat up the European, the white man, the green man, the purple man, the reason they're not shooting everybody else is because they're looking at you, lie to them every day. Oh, it's the white man's fault. Oh, it's the white man's fault. It's the white man's fault. But they're watching you as a mother, a father, an uncle, an auntie, a cousin. They're watching CSAs every day. I was at 63rd in the red line, which I'm going to show you the, I think we have pictures in another video, where we have a CSA at 63rd in the red line on Wednesday. All these video cameras, she don't care. She bringing hot iron curlers and stuff and selling them while she getting paid. Now, how is it that an ex-offender, a black man getting out of jail, who goes to CTA and say, hey, you know, y'all got this little ex-offender program going, but you all only hiring so many people. But you got this woman, you paying who knows what, because you know how many years you let her get away with bull crap that she playing. She's selling curlers. She's selling hot iron curlers while she on the job. She eating chicken in my face every day. But you don't want to hire me. I got caught. This girl on camera every day selling hot iron curlers, selling candy, selling this, selling that. Y'all ain't doing nothing to her, but you're going to hold it against me because I got caught up. That's how they feel. And so this is why D.M.H. Public Transportation Watch exists. Again, I hope that you would hit the subscribe button, and I hope you would hit the bell, because I guarantee you other things will come out, and all we want you to do is just think about how we can use these corrective behavior and say, we need to do better. Let's stop all the race games. Just start out and say, we need to do better. And how we do better? By telling our frontline people who are supposed to be customer service assistants to teach our youth growing up to be customer service assistants. Thank you very much for your time. Please have a nice day.